One thing I wanted to ask you a little bit more about is you talked about identifying the roadblocks. So not having the right budget obviously is a roadblock to an
Mhm.
execution plan. Just in your experience, what are the top roadblocks to getting that plan executed?
We already talked about budget. Second would be I would say content is a big one. In order for us to execute a strategy, especially in B2B, first of all, obviously all the way from top of the funnel to bottom of the funnel, having appropriate content to support that. I think it was one of the biggest pitfalls that exists out there. Going to market without enough collateral and then expecting a single piece of collateral to be the hook to land $1 million deal. I think that's like smoke. When I talked about really understanding the priorities of the business, I always think about there's only like a few kind of key things that anyone should be doing in the market at the same time. And I always say a number. Can we run 3 to 5 campaigns in market at the same time that's tied to the key, say, service offerings or the key priorities of the business? And if you do not have enough content associated with all of that and tied to the right budget, you can actually have budget, advertise it, and go after ICP. You can actually just run dry. And then the nurture basically stops and you basically stop in your tracks along the way. So that's one gap. I think we've talked about ICP a few times, and I think having alignment on that, and not just that the ICP exists, further to that, who are the buying teams that exist within the ICP, right? And further to that, if you're looking at buying teams at a specific organization, what are the behaviors, the attributes, the pain points that exist per buying team member? So ICP is important, but then the final down to like detailed ICP is really critical as well. And having that now well defined also means that when you launch into your campaigns, you might not have the right content. And if you do have the right content and you don't understand the right pain point, how are you going to mix that together at the same time? So it's actually all correlated when you think about it. And that's why I think generally why B2B marketing has to be so sophisticated and tactical and strategic in order for it to be effective.